What if it was far simpler and sitting quietly on your dinner plate? In Japan, a doctor named Shigeaki Hinohara lived past 100 years. But here's the twist. He was still seeing patients at 100 years old. No restrictive diets, no medications stacked high on the kitchen counter. He didn't chase trends. He just followed a few timeless principles, and he shared them before he passed. And now we're about to reveal them. If you're over 60 or simply care about aging with clarity, strength, and joy, you'll want to hear this. Remember, this information is for educational purposes only and is not intended as medical advice. Always consult with your healthcare provider before making significant changes to your diet or health routine, especially if you have existing health conditions or take medications. Individual results may vary, and what works for one person may not be appropriate for another. Let's begin where most people go wrong. In the United States, for instance, the average lifespan hovers around 76. Meanwhile, in Okinawa, Japan, it's 84. And many people there not only live past 100, they thrive. They walk daily, cook their own meals, tend gardens, laugh with grandchildren, and they don't do it by chance. No drugs, no magic superfoods, just rhythm, simplicity, and food choices that defy Western logic. Dr. Hinohara was Japan's oldest practicing physician. His method? Simple foods, consistent routines, finding joy in the smallest things. He didn't just live long, he lived well. And today, we'll explore the 5 powerful principles he followed and how they can transform your digestion, energy, and peace of mind. But to understand his wisdom, we need to begin with mistake number 1. Let's start with a deceptively dangerous habit: overeating. In many Western homes, clean your plate is a rule, not a suggestion. Bigger portions equal better value. Fullness is the goal, stuffed is success. But in Okinawa, there's a different philosophy, one that might just unlock a longer life. They call it hara hachi bu, a phrase that means eat until you're 80% full, then stop. It sounds simple, but behind it lies powerful science. Eating slightly less reduces calorie load, lowers inflammation, and minimizes oxidative stress on your organs. It keeps your metabolism calm, your energy steady, and your digestion humming without the need for restrictive diets. The National Institute on Aging has even found that moderate caloric restriction is directly linked to longer lifespan and healthier aging. Dr. Hinohara lived by this rule. He ate slowly, mindfully, and he always left the table a little hungry, but never depleted. That small gap between full and stuffed was his safeguard, his clarity booster, his energy source. Well into his 90s, let's take Helen, 68. She grew up with the no waste rule, so even when her stomach protested, she pushed on. Over the years, she began to feel sluggish after lunch, groggy in the afternoons, and restless at night. Then she learned about hara hachi bu. She tried something new. Halfway through each meal, she paused. Am I still hungry, she asked, or am I just finishing out of habit? That one shift changed everything. Her digestion improved, bloating eased, she slept better. And to her surprise, meals became more joyful, more satisfying, less rushed. So tonight, try this. Slow down, breathe between bites, and when you feel 70% full, pause, because how much you eat is just the beginning. Let's talk about protein. It's the foundation of strength, muscle recovery, and healthy aging. But here's where many go wrong. In the West, protein is often synonymous with meat. Big steaks, chicken breasts, bacon strips. The more, the better, right? But in Okinawa, one of the world's true blue zones, most protein comes not from animals, but from plants. Especially one source, soybeans, tofu, miso, natto, edamame. These aren't just occasional side dishes. They're daily staples in the Japanese longevity diet. Why does this matter? Because soy is rich in complete plant protein, gentle yet powerful. It contains isoflavones that reduce inflammation, prebiotic fibers that nourish your gut, and nutrients that support hormone balance, heart health, and mental clarity. One major study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that regular soy intake was associated with reduced LDL cholesterol, stronger bones, and even lower risk of cognitive decline. Dr. Hinohara? He ate tofu nearly every day. He believed it kept his arteries clean and his mind sharp. Now, meet Frank. He's 73, retired, and for years he avoided soy. He'd heard the rumors, soy messes with hormones, people told him. But after watching a documentary on Japanese centenarians, he gave it a shot. Twice a week, he replaced red meat with a tofu stir-fry, loaded with garlic, bok choy, and ginger. Simple, light, delicious. 3 weeks in, his blood pressure dipped. His joints stopped aching. And he no longer collapsed into afternoon naps. You don't have to become a vegetarian, but you can add balance. Try lentils, black beans, and tofu, even once or twice a week. Your body will thank you. Now let's even dive deeper into something almost mystical in its healing power, fermented foods. This is Japan's quietest longevity secret. Dr. Hinohara began each morning with a warm bowl of miso soup. It wasn't flashy, it wasn't trendy, but to him it was a daily ritual of healing. Fermented foods like miso, natto, pickled vegetables, and fermented seaweed are alive, brimming with probiotics, enzymes, and anti-inflammatory compounds that Western medicine is only beginning to understand. While many in the West rely on probiotic pills, these foods deliver synergy, a harmony of nutrients and living organisms that capsules can't replicate. Let's meet Claire. She's 70, a retired librarian. For years, she suffered from bloating, irregular digestion, and that heavy brick in the stomach feeling after meals. She tried everything: fiber supplements, enzyme powders, even expensive probiotics. Nothing worked. Then a friend handed her a jar of real miso paste. She began sipping a single warm cup every morning. Just one. By week 2, she felt the difference. Her bloating vanished, her energy stabilized, her appetite became calm. Why? Because the live cultures in that bowl weren't just feeding her stomach, they were nourishing her entire system. So try this. Stir a spoonful of miso paste into warm, not boiling water. Or add a few bites of naturally fermented pickles to your lunch. You don't need a supplement, you need a living food tradition. Now let's tackle one of the most misunderstood foods in the West, carbs. We're told to fear them, cut them, eliminate them if we want to lose weight or manage blood sugar. But the truth? Not all carbs are created equal. And some, like those eaten daily by Japanese elders, may actually extend your life. Take the Japanese purple sweet potato, vibrant, mildly sweet, and absolutely loaded with benefits. In Okinawa, it makes up over 60% of the daily caloric intake for many centenarians. 60%. Why? Because it's rich in anthocyanins, antioxidants that protect your blood vessels and slow cellular aging. It's high in fiber to stabilize blood sugar, packed with potassium and vitamin C. And thanks to its low glycemic index, it fuels your body without causing a crash. Dr. Hinohara often chose sweet potatoes over rice. He believed they were the most protective carb nature had to offer. Now meet Paul, 69, pre-diabetic, fatigued, frustrated. He'd cut all carbs, even the good ones. And yet his cravings got worse. His energy plummeted. His sleep broken. On the advice of a dietitian, he added back just one thing: steamed Japanese sweet potatoes. Half a cup with lunch. Clean, simple, no sugar, no oils. 2 weeks later, everything changed. Stable energy, reduced cravings. His blood sugar, the best it had been in months. So don't fear carbs, choose the right ones. Before we wrap up, we have one final lesson, and it may be the most important of all. It's not about food, it's about how you live around food. Dr. Hinohara didn't follow a rigid diet. He didn't obsess over calories or macros. He followed a rhythm, a joyful, mindful flow that carried him through more than a century. He walked, he smiled, he read, he gave lectures into his 90s, he climbed stairs instead of using elevators, and he always made time for delight. He once said, "To stay young, you must have fun." Marie, 71, took that to heart. She used to obsess over health labels, diet rules, sugar counts, but it left her anxious, always on edge. Then she read about Hinohara and made a shift. She began walking every morning for 20 minutes, brewed tea in the afternoon, slowed her meals, planted herbs on her window ledge, and watched them grow. That rhythm changed her, not just physically, emotionally, spiritually, because health isn't just what's on your plate, it's in your breath, your pace, your joy. Let's bring it all together. Inspired by the world's longest living doctor, here are 5 powerful shifts you can make today. All verse 1. Eat until you're 80% full. Leave the table light. You'll digest better. think clearer, and feel more energized. 2. Embrace plant proteins. Tofu, lentils, edamame, they nourish you from the inside out. 3. Include fermented foods. A spoon of miso, a bite of kimchi, it's healing you can taste. 4. Choose smart carbs, especially sweet potatoes. They protect, fuel, and steady your system. 5. Follow a rhythm. Laugh more, walk often, start your morning slowly. This is how you live young. You don't need a perfect plan to live longer. You need one step, one breath, one moment of joy. So start small. Sip miso, steam a sweet potato, smile during lunch, because this isn't about just adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years. If you're starting your longevity journey today, drop a plan in the comments and stick around, because in the next video, we'll uncover a health food secretly making seniors feel older, not younger. In the meantime, you can watch this other video showing on your screen right now if you are having difficulties moving out of bed. Let's age with strength, clarity, and joy together.